Well guys, I know it's kind of been a little bit of a while, but I did have some time off today. You know, I've just been busy all month with everything and school related because, you know, I'm still a teen and all that. But I thought, you know, today, since I do have some time, I'd catch back up on some movies that I missed from last week and movies that just came out this week. So let's kind of get started with that. I will do a separate video for these. I'll do this video for last week's movies that came out, and I'll do another video for the movies that came out this weekend. So that video will come up very shortly as well. Well, let's get started. This movie, or the ones that came out last week, Captain Phillips and Machete Kills. Now I want to start off with Captain Phillips. Now let me just start off by saying I love Paul Greengrass films. I mean, he's made excellent movies. United 93, and the last two Bourne movies of Supremacy and Ultimatum, not Legacy. That was made by a different guy. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Captain Phillips. Now, this movie is basically it's based on the true story of these pirates that take over this cargo ship and all that. And from a Paul Greengrass movie, you know, he's the one that knows how to do shaky cam right, how to bring in suspense and thrills. And this movie is definitely another Paul Greengrass hit. It's a fantastic movie. I mean, it's just so unbelievable, you know, just these characters, these pirates, you know, that you see. They're all so well acted, and they're just so well and threatening and interesting, you know, and it really makes the movie feel alive, like I'm actually aboard this whole thing. And also, I've been hearing a lot of buzz that Tom Hanks was very excellent in this movie, might get an Oscar nod. I definitely think so. I haven't seen him this good in a movie in such a long time, and this is probably going up to higher movies that he's done, maybe like even Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, the Toy Story movies, anything like that. I mean, this guy was really at the top of his game. Tom Hanks, he's a fantastic actor, first of all, and he was so good in this movie. And it was really nice to see him kind of go back to his old acting habits and acting chops that made him what he is today. He was just so fantastic. And, you know, let me just say this. The way this movie looked and felt the entire time was riveting. I was literally on the edge of my seat, you know. And this is kind of the first time, this is the first year I've really noticed, you know, when you go inside a theater and you can just kind of feel the suspense. I mean, there's movies been like that with Prisoners and Gravity, you know. There's so many of those, and it's just really great because all these movies, this is the first time I've ever really noticed that the tension of all of it is there. The tension of the conflict in the story, it's all there. And I was so riveted by this movie. I mean, Paul Greengrass, he's a great director. I love his movies. He really knows how to bring in tense and suspension, and he nails it in this movie. While I will say that there is one act of this movie where it feels kind of slow, it is still saved by its tremendous acting in between Tom Hanks and the pirates. It works so well. You know, the whole character conflict and all that crap, it all works so well together, and it's a fantastic movie. I can't help but give this movie a 10. I couldn't really find anything wrong with this movie. I was engaged with this movie the whole time. That's why it deserves a 10. It's just that good. It's one of the best movies I've seen this year. Now, let's move on to a lighter movie, Machete Kills. I did see the first Machete movie, and honestly, it wasn't exactly what I expected, because I had to learn a lot about these movies, and I found out that this movie was actually based off a fake trailer that actually became a movie. It's really weird, but y'all all probably know what I mean. And it's really, what I've learned as I watch Machete Kills, for sure, is that these movies are all based off of this joke, you know, kind of like from the fake joke and all that. And if you're into it, then you're going to love Machete Kills. If not, you're going to kind of feel a little, kind of like I did, because this movie is so cheesy, the action's so cheesy, the effects are so cheesy. It's just a cheesy movie. That's really one word to describe this movie. It is absolutely 100% cheesy. I mean, the acting, you know, it's the badassery of the character Machete is all kind of lacks underneath this whole bad joke that it's being, how's the word I should say it, being led under. I don't know, but you probably know what I mean. And also, I mean, like I said, the action's just very cheesy. The effects are cheesy. Some of the acting in it is just really just kind of cheesy and sloppy a little bit, especially like Charlie Sheen. Now, I don't know anything, but like it feels like ever since Charlie Sheen got fired from 2.5 Men, he just hasn't been making that good of movies lately. I mean, Scary Movie 5 was tremendously horrible. It was horrendous in every aspect. In this movie, I feel like he's just kind of winging it in there. It's like he's not really giving us all that potential that he can do. and I felt really bad about this guy, so I'm probably not gonna like any more. Probably not gonna be wanting to see Charlie Sheen for quite a while, you know. So that's that. Danny Trejo, I mean, he's good for what he's given. He's actually a really badass character, and I really like his character. I just really didn't wish it fell under this whole cheesy setup. The girls are hot in this movie. You got like Sofia Vergara and Alexa Vega. I mean, whew, ever since Spy Kids, man, she got freaking hot. And Jessica Alba and all that stuff. They're all kind of phoning it in for a story they're kind of given into. This movie, you know, like I said, there's nothing really to describe this movie. It's cheesy, it's forgettable. No one's really going to remember it. So I'm probably going to give this movie maybe a 4. It's not really terrible, but I mean, there are parts I enjoyed a little bit. You know, some of the violence was actually pretty cool, but nevertheless, you're not going to remember this movie. That's how I felt. I literally walked out of this movie and I just remembered like yesterday. There we go. Well, that's my take on Captain Phillips and Machete Kills. I will do a review for the movies that came out last week. There's like 4 movies that came out possibly. I don't know. There's a lot of them. But anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, tell all your friends, and hopefully I'll see you sometime later. Bye.